Greetings, dear viewer. It's back. My beloved is back. Titanic Hydra is coming back to League of Legends. I want to talk about new items that will be coming to League of Legends at the start of Season 14. So in January 2024. A lot of people were asking, hey Petu, what do you think about this item? What do you think about this item? And I don't usually, theory craft before stuff comes on to the live server, all right? Because I want to be focusing my kind of theory crafting fun with items that are actually going to live server and not tentative versions. But since everyone was asking about this, I want to give my opinion on these new items just really quickly. So I want to begin with the fact that Titanic Hydra has gotten its auto-attack reset back, which is the girl saying in bed, like, I bet he's thinking about other girls, and I'm on the other side of the bed and it's Titanic Hydra with active. That's what I'm thinking about. They also improved the stat line, no longer grants bonus AD based on your bonus HP, which is good for Shen because you don't really need the scaling because you don't really scale well with AD, but this is just a blessing. Just a blessing, really. Now let's talk about the components first. So we got a new component, Glowing Mode, gives 5 ability haste. This doesn't seem like very impactful, but actually there are situations, for example, when you're recalling, and it would make a lot of sense if you could use a little bit of gold to get a little bit of ability haste so that your next ultimate will be lower cooldown. So I think this item's introduction to the game is actually a buff for Shen in some sense, because you can get lower cooldown ultimates in the early game. Let's actually compare this to, for example, Ionian Boots. So, Ionian Boots, I think these are nerfed actually. They build out of Glowing Mode, because I think they give 20 ability haste right now on live servers, if I'm not wrong. I might be wrong. Anyways, but you could purchase like a lot of these to get some ability haste in the early game. Then we got this Rectrix, attack damage, move speed. Not really Shen's item. Tunneler builds into some Shen items, so it builds into Titanic Hydra, and it builds into, well, Experimental Hextech, something I'll get back to, and Hundered Sky as well. It's alright. Again, AD is not Shen's favorite, right? I'm not commenting also on the cost efficiency of these items, because they're probably bound to change at some point. Steel Sigil, armor, attack damage, doesn't really build into Shen items. Haunting Guys. Now this is interesting, because if you guys don't know, I was actually a big Haunting Guys fan back in the day, like way back in the way. So when we had old Liandry's Torment, or was it Liandry's Anguish? It was Liandry's Torment, I'm pretty sure. So it would build out of Haunting Guys, and I actually used to go like Sunfire with Haunting Guys and don't finish into Liandry's, but sometimes finish into Liandry's. But Haunting Guys just gives you a little bit of extra damage. I also want to say that there is some kind of weird thing right now where these are like named uniques, but they are different names. So technically you build Riftmaker, Liandry's, and Haunting Guys, and these three will all stack simultaneously. So you're now dealing 6%, 6%, 12%, 10%, 22% bonus damage when you're in combat, based on these items. So that's a bit interesting. I don't actually know if you can buy multiple of the same ones. No, you cannot, it seems. But it's also one have like numerous heart steals. I think Macro had multiple heart steals. I don't know what that's about. Maybe it's a bug or something with Ord, or maybe it's already fixed. So yeah, Haunting Guys I think will be a component that you have to look out for. Brutalizer, good old, from old League of Legends back in the game. Now Brutalizer, my friends, this is not really a Shen item, this is more like a Riven item. But as an old Lee Sin main, I will take this gladly. I'm gonna move the dummy here a little bit closer, so then we can shop here. But yeah, this is not really a Shen item. Now let's get into the full items actually, one by one. Trailblazer, this is like a support thing. With speed while moving, gain 20% movement, 20 flat bonus movement speed. At max speed, create a trail. So now I'm creating a trail that speeds up allies movement speed. Your next attack discharges the bonus move speed and melee champions slow the target for 1 second. So I mean, like if you play Shen support, like this would make sense. And I don't think it's even that bad with just Shen. Because I think Deadman's Blade is like, look, 345 250, 40, 5 movement speed. But now Deadman's Blade also gives movement slow effects. Like, honestly, like if I had to choose, I would probably go Trailblazer instead of Deadman's, because you do have that kind of capability to act as a support even if you play top lane. So, like, I mean, I think this is cool. Might be an item you want to buy. Dawncore, not really Shen's item. It's ability power, ability haste, mana regen, and then you get stuff from base mana regen. So, and we can't get base mana regen, so we don't get the effects. Opportunity. This gives some lethality bonuses. After being out of combat with champions for 8 seconds, gain 7 lethality. This lasts for 3 seconds. If champion dies within 3 seconds, damaging them, gain 150 DK movement speed. Yeah, I mean, lethality and AD wasted stats on Shen, so not art. Ooh, but what is this? Unending Despair. So every 7, this is kind of a Yaksha replacement type item. So every 7 seconds I'm gonna do this laser at my like enemies near me here. Zoom! And it's gonna heal a lot actually because of 250 damage dealt. However, it is post mitigation damage and then 250% multiplier. So it's like I think this is interesting. I think this can definitely work. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. But I like this item. Malignance. The only reason why I included this here is because it has Scorn, which gives 20 haste for your ultimate. So even though it has mana, I was thinking, okay, maybe for Shen ult cooldown would be interesting. Also has 20 ability haste. So this is like the biggest source of ultimate ability haste that the game has, right? But the other effects are wasted on Shen. Damaging a champion with your ultimate, you can't damage champions with your ultimate, unfortunately, when you play Shen, so this means that you're not gonna buy this item. Now, Hollow Radiance, okay? This is essentially a magic resist Sunfire Aegis. I'm actually gonna toggle minion spawn here so that I can show you. I'm gonna skip forward as well so that the minions go to lane, because look at this clear, by the way. Whenever you kill something and you have this, it's gonna like do this boom, like, and I think this clears the wave pretty fast. Because like imagine if there is a real big wave stacked up. Like, okay, let's create this scenario, okay? Let's put ally Tau dummy here, okay? And then we're gonna fast forward a couple of times. So let's say there is something like this, okay? 2 waves stacked up. So now let's oh, enemy dummies, no, ally dummies. Okay, I'm gonna put those there. Now look at how the wave is just gonna explode. Did you see that? Like, this item is insane wave clear actually, and you can like start thinking about how to manipulate waves in a way where you stack up the wave as much as possible, because the more you stack, the more actually you will deal damage and the faster you will clear the wave. Let's try that again, shall we? Like, let's put auto refresh HP on here and then fast forward 30 seconds. And actually, oh, they just passed me. Okay, never mind. Put this here and fast forward 30 seconds. Brrr. Brrr. Oh no, my minions are taking over. Well, anyways, you got my point. I think this item will be crazy if it remains in its current state. Like, this gives Shen the W word, which is wave clear. We should put minions off, otherwise the game is gonna end or something. Yep, Hollow Radiance, very good, very good. Cryptbloom, 70 AP, 30 magic penetration, 15 ability haste. Whenever you get a takedown on an enemy champion within 3 seconds, damaging them, create a healing nova. Intriguing. While the user is dead, life from death. From death, life. Okay, well, I'm gonna be honest guys, this is not a Shen item. Your AP scalings are poor, as I have explained many times, so most likely not gonna be purchased. But cool item design anyways. then we have a little placeholder image here. Taenic Kornok. After not taking magic damage for 12 seconds, get a magic shield for 20% of your maximum health. So this would be like a kind of force of nature replacement. I don't know if force is still in the game. Is spirit still in the game? Is abyssal They have so many magic resist items now. Like, so many actually. What? That's kind of crazy. It's just another magic resist item. It's gonna be pretty hard to choose between these. Like, essentially what you will do is you will think about the stat line and you will think about the effect, but the stat line is gonna like cause it's 80 magic resist. Okay. Well, that seems like a counter mage item. Like where's a Cartus or something? I imagine this is pretty nice. Also note that Shield Bash will trigger from a magic shield? Question mark? What are we thinking? Will it? It will! Wait a minute. But it has to be timed well, right? Because it has to... you only get it for a couple of seconds after, you know, gaining the shield. So for example, now I gained the shield. If I wait a little bit, then I will not trigger Shield Bash. I will? Wait. Hold up. Oh, you have up to 2 seconds after the shield expires to use this effect. Wait, I'm cooking, guys. Wait a minute. It's a 20% max HP shield. Hold up. Where do I get the most HP out of? Probably Heartsteel and Warmogs. And let's go for a Titanic Hydra in there as well. Put an Anathema's Chains, why not? And slap some boots on that bad boy. And then let's go to level 18. So notice that when we take damage from something, does it? No, even that doesn't consume it, because you need to take damage from champions. Okay, let me just go and sell this once and get it back. This is actually gonna be pretty crazy. Okay, guys, this is gonna be pretty humongous. Look at the damage. Shield Bash dealt almost 200 damage. After not taking magic damage for 12 seconds. What is that? Hello? What was that? I'm seeing things. Is that Baron? Ooh. That's pretty cool. That's pretty neat, isn't it? Okay, but guys, do you recognize what I'm thinking here? So like, you can actually make some use out of the shield with the... this is on my wish list right now. Taenic Kornok. Let's see if it goes into the game or not. Then what are we thinking? Stormsurge, dealing 35% of the champion's maximum health within does apply some effects. Push. I'm gonna be honest, it's an AP item. We're not gonna build that. Unless. Voltaic Cyclosword, dash and stealth, stack energized, 75% chance, stereo energized attack steal, harder bonus physical damage, slows enemies for... Okay, again, AD lethality item. So you're not like really into this as Shen, but hey, it's an item. Okay, I think this is pretty interesting. So you get 30 haste for your ultimate. But right now there is a problem with this item, because if I cast my ultimate, note that for example with Radiant Virtue, after you have completed the cast, then you receive the buffs of the Radiant Virtue. But this goes as you cast it, so we lose almost half the effect from the channel time of Stand United. So that's just gonna make the item a little bit worse. But then you could make the argument, hey, but I just want this for the 30 haste for my ultimate. But you're investing... You're investing 3000 gold into 30 haste for only your ultimate. So at the same time, you could, for example, build, I don't know, like what has a similar stat line. Wait, they nerfed Black Cleaver haste by so much. Okay, they nerfed a lot. Well, Spear of Shojin, for example. 55, 220 abilities. It's 20 ability haste. Do we have some item that has 30 haste? Like, or are they just nerfing haste all across the board? If we clear this and then we go into ability haste section, where is it? Right here. Do we have something with 30 ability haste? Oh look, Stridebreaker doesn't give you ability haste anymore. Interesting. Very interesting. I think they're just nerfing ability haste numbers all across the board. So then there is maybe an argument you can make for this, even if half the effect is lost, because you just want to opt into as much ultimate haste as possible. Yeah, I think there's arguments to be made for that. I think it's a great thing that they're removing ability haste from like many items. Like not every item in the game needs to give you ability haste. That's my opinion. For example, yeah, they're nerfing ability haste a lot. Alright, next up. So I would say if they make it after casting your... Wait, it says after casting your ultimate. So I think if they fix it to work with the channel, then I think this will be good. Harsh Steel is no longer mythic because there are no mythics. So might be interesting to build because you can actually build like utility items as well as Harsh Steel. So we can for sure be trying out Harsh Steel, I think. Hullbreaker is a little bit different. So no longer grants resistances. Basic attacks grant a stack for 10 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. The 5th stack consumes them all to deal... Okay, so this is an interesting... It's like a Kraken Slayer, right? But with 5 auto attacks, and it has HP scaling. And this is increased to bonus physical damage. Okay, so you get damage on structures by doing this. And... Wait, it's no longer reliant on you being alone. So I actually think this is a good item for Shen. Because... You get health, you get AD... I mean, like... You can build it. It's not best. You're itemizing into 65 attack damage. So that's a lot of gold that you're losing. But I would say there's potential here. There's a lot of potential. It's better than the current Hullbreaker for Shen, I think. Terminus. This is not really supposed to be built on Shen, but this seems like an item that I would build just for the hell of it. Because Shen does scale with hybrid penetration in some sense. So I don't hate this item. Like, you get 30 magic damage. Like, let's say if you really... Like, you're going full tank build with like... Let's say you're going... You have something like... Hollow Radiance. And you also got a... Let me get a Unending Despair. And then third item, you would go for a little bit of offense. Why is it saying offense and defense? It says offense and defense. Wait! It just gives you armor and magic resist. Oh! It gives you hybrid percentage penetration and armor and magic resist. Wait, I kinda like this item actually. Because if you opt for a lot of HP, you could do this like a second item for sure. Like a first item with a lot of HP, you could go Terminus, because look, like, I'm getting magic resist here, and I'm getting armor, and at the same time, how much am I getting penetration-wise? I'm getting 30% hybrid penetration, and Shen deals approximately like half and half. So I actually think the Terminus might be like a little bit of dark technology, and you know I like to go for those off-meta items. So I don't hate it actually. So no, combined with something like Titanic Hydra, I think it's a bit too much, maybe. I think you could do it. I think we could pull it off. I actually like it. I didn't realize it gives you armor and magic resist. I thought it gives flat armor pen and then hybrid or percentage armor pen. But that actually makes it much more interesting of an item. So yeah. Hubris, assassination. It's not for us. This just gives you a lot of AD and lethality. Spear of Shojin got changed again. I need to see how it works with my Q. So spell hits grant stack up to 4. Your spells deal 3% increased damage per stack. So let's look at the Q damage here. It's 80 magic damage, right? Let me actually put everything else away. It's 180. Why was it 180? Oh, I had grasp. That's why. Okay, it's 80. 80. But you can see it's actually not stacking. Yeah, okay, this doesn't work at all. Because only your E grants, like your Q attacks do not grant you any extra damage. So, unfortunately, Spear of Shojin, not an item for us. Hundered Sky. Yeah, first attack against the champion crits for 150 and heals for some base AD and 8% of missing health. So let's take some damage here. Put the auto refresh HP away. And then if we do a little attack here, we are gonna do the crit animation and... Ooh! 366. Wait. 6-second cooldown per target. Isn't that kind of crazy? Wait. Wait, think about this. Like, imagine you are fighting, right? Let me take some damage here. Imagine you're fighting now, not Baron, but something else. Just a low HP fight, right? And you have the Hundered Sky. And like, it gives you a health, right? And you go for a boom, let me get a 400 health back there. Ooh, let me get a 300 health back there. Ooh, let me get a 300 health back there. Ooh, boom, let me go again. And then you switch targets, boom, and there we go again. And there we go, boom. What? You see what I'm saying, guys? Like, imagine you combine this with fleet footwork, and you're just going brr, 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 and you go in and you go boom, heal, and then you go, like, how are you supposed to die with this? Like, you go full tank build with Hundered Sky, and this is the craziest item in the game. This is kind of why I don't like commenting on PBE items, because I know for a fact this is gonna get nerfed. It has a 6-second cooldown per target. I wonder if this is also reduced by item haste. Because you built this bad boy and you opt for domination with item haste runes. And it's just over. Ingenious Hunter on this bad boy, you're getting 4-second cooldown per target. And you can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Every auto attack is healing you for 8% missing HP. That's not gonna go to live servers. That is just, it's not possible. I refuse to believe it. Then we have new Zhonyas, AP and armor. I would say it's worse than old Zhonyas for Shen, because you like the ability haste and you don't want the AP as much. It is what it is. And then, like I said, my beloved. My beloved. Boom boom. Sorry, I have like 200 ping because this is PBE and it's on North America, so I can't do the auto attack reset perfectly. Because... But yeah, I'll just love getting used to that again. And then we have Profane Hydra, which is like kind of the Ravenous Hydra, but is Ravenous Hydra also back in the game? Ravenous Hydra is back in the game as well, like the old one. So we actually have 3 Hydra items that build out of the old Tiamat, my beloved. How slow was that? What? Why was it so slow? That is insanely slow. It should not be that slow, right? Why is that slow? Okay, well, I think it should scale from attack speed. Look how it reduces my... Like, I cannot attack during it. So I would have to always combine this with, like, a ability. But that is insanely slow. Like, that's not how it used to be. Okay, that's a rundown, I think. So I think, like, surprising items. I didn't understand how Hundered Sky work, but this item is completely nuts. Like, insanely OP. So that's gonna get nerfed. Titanic Hydra is back. That's all I want to say. Yeah. Alright, guys. I think I'll make a video about Fleet Footwork Shen, because I'm using that right now to climb on the live servers. Since we have until New Year's basically to climb. So maybe go to Challenger. We'll see. We'll see. I'll try it, but if I have the time, yeah, let's try to do it. Next season is gonna be crazy. Alright, guys. See you in the next video.